Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 4. I'm Tram Mai.
I'm Mark Curtis. It's been about 24 hours since Vallow Daybell was found guilty of conspiring to kill her former husband, Charles Vallow. But her time in Arizona isn't over yet. She's facing another conspiracy to commit murder case out of Gilbert this time.
VI Team's Erica Stapleton, who has been covering all the twists and turns in these cases for several years now, is here to break down what's next. Erica?
Yeah, Mark Tram, as you said, Vallow Daybell is facing another conspiracy to commit murder case, this time out of Gilbert. Of course, just yesterday, she was convicted for the first time in Maricopa County for conspiring to kill her husband, Charles Vallow. And so she could be with her new husband, Chad Daybell. Before that, in 2023, Vallow Daybell was convicted in Idaho for killing her children, among other charges, and she was sentenced to 3 life sentences in that case. Next, this case goes back to 2019, where she's accused of conspiring to kill her niece's ex-husband. Investigators in Gilbert believe Vallow Daybell's brother shot at the victim, Brandon Boudreau, who ultimately wasn't hurt. That trial is set to start in the next few months. And you know, one of the biggest questions I get covering all of this is why bother with these cases in Arizona? She's already convicted in Idaho and she'll spend the rest of her life in prison. But there are a lot of reasons why.
If it was your loved one who was killed, would you be okay with Rachel Mitchell saying, somebody else got her for something else, so we're just going to ignore that?
Brandon is often overlooked. He has intentionally taken a back seat. He has intentionally not attended various things so that he could have the trial and hold people who had tried to have him killed accountable. And I hope that he gets to have his day in court.
Now, I did speak with Mr. Boudreau, or communicated with him over the phone. He sent a statement from his family, essentially looking at all the other victims of this case, saying, you know, keep everyone in mind here, everyone who's been impacted by these crimes. And of course, as I said, that case is set to start in just the next couple of months. So the county attorney's office is really moving forward. And that second person you heard from there was a prosecutor in Idaho who worked with Brandon Boudreau and actually called him to testify in that case. And she said he was monumental and instrumental in connecting all the dots here.
I get what Rachel Mitchell was saying, you know, that you want to make sure Arizona tries her. But the thing that I keep hearing from everyone who wants to know about the case, not that I know that much, but how much does it cost, and has it cost, and will it cost Arizona taxpayers to keep her here?
Yes, it's already cost Arizona taxpayers, and I did the math today. So asked MCSO, what does it cost to house one inmate, you know, every day? And I got some numbers, plus a booking fee, plus the extradition in her case. She was brought from Idaho here. And I did the math today. Do you guys want to have any guesses before I tell you?
I mean, tens of millions.
Maybe not that high, but...
Yeah, a little lower, Tram.
Okay.
$85,000 so far, and that is adding day by day the more she stays here. And we're expecting her to be extradited back to Idaho once her cases here wrap up.
So do we think that that number will at least double by the time her second trial's over?
It's not clear because we know that that case will probably last similarly long. This first case in Arizona took maybe about 2.5 weeks to get through, and we're expecting a similar time frame, but she could be filing motions. We don't know exactly when things may wrap up, and it would probably be up to an extradition order to determine that time frame. So we don't know exactly how long she'll be here. We just need to see this move through court and see where we go from there.
So you said before that she plans on defending herself again. I mean, obviously you would think after yesterday, you know, the jury finding her guilty, it clearly didn't work out for her defending herself. I mean, do you think that she would change her mind and actually find a lawyer?
Well, she has an advisory team. These are people who would have been her public defenders had she chosen to go that route. And no, as far as we can tell, she's moving down this path, and we know she's planning to represent herself in this next case because all the hearings leading up to this first trial were essentially about both cases. You know, separate trials, but a lot of the same details. It's going to be the same prosecutor, the same judge, and Vallow Daybell herself has been advocating to get this trial started. So she's already been, you know, pushing for this second trial and speaking up for herself in this case. So I don't know. The verdict yesterday, we haven't been able to speak to Vallow Daybell herself. I would love to do that. So if she's listening, we would happily come and do an interview with you if you'd let us. We have put in that request before, and we haven't gotten an answer, and it's been denied. So
I think she's loving every minute of this. I think she loves every minute in this spotlight because Listen, the die was cast back in Idaho, right?
Yeah.
So this is just her chance to, and I think it speaks a little bit to her narcissism that she thinks she can represent herself in these cases.
Even the Idaho prosecutor called her a narcissist.
Yeah.
That's been an adjective that has been used common.
Absolutely, and that's someone who's seen her in a courtroom when she didn't represent herself.
Right.
Idaho, she had someone take the reins for her, and some may say that didn't work out for her there either, but when there's evidence to convict you, there's evidence to convict you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can have Perry Mason out there.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Erica.
Erica, thanks. Today.